In today's video, we're going to be doing some intercooler work on the 180. We have got the 2JZ in now, and I've started wiring it up with a mate. He comes over every weekend and helps me do little things because I have no clue about wiring, but that will be in another video. We're just going to jump in and weld a neck onto this turbo and start with the intercooler piping. The 2JZ is sitting in. As you can see, we've already tried to start the wiring, but today we're going to be welding a neck onto the turbo so we don't use silicon down there, and as well we run a PLAZMAMAN, so we've got V-bands. So the idea is to come off the turbo somewhere, not sure what angle, we'll just have to see, and go down through this hole with the intercooler. Same on the other side, come out the intercooler, come up this hole and mount to the PLAZMAMAN intake manifold. So here is what we've got. We've got 4 3-inch PLAZMAMAN V-band weld-on intake clamps, which are really cool. I'll show you a bit later on. I really love these. A drive-by-wire throttle body adapter thing. Some black clamps for anything we might need because black looks better. I remember I got these for a reason, but I forget now. I'm just gonna have to, it was in my head at the time. I got some of these 180-degree 3-inch aluminium bends. That's my welding helmet. A straight 3-inch that we can use, and as well a donut, just for like, because I think there might be some complicated little areas, so I just bought a donut just to in case, because I don't want to go back out again. It's gonna do some practice welds before we jump right into the video, because it has been a little while since I welded, even though I haven't even welded much, but the whole point with the 2JZ 180 was that I wanted to practice with a bit more of my skills that I haven't really perfected or got yet. So like the fabrication and the wiring is 2 skills that I'm really lacking on. So that's why I've been trying to wire up the car with a mate who knows how to do wiring, so I can try and learn the process even though it's going in one ear and out the other. First things first, I'm going to take the front of the turbo off. So I just took this massive V-band off that holds the front of the turbo on, and then just going to pop this one off and clean it because that's where we'll be welding. So the front of the turbo housing and the neck have been marked. You can see this little black line here. Just going to go ahead and prep everything to weld. Pretty sure, yeah, it's like that basically on the car, and we're just going to have them try and sit it like that so we can fit the plasma clamp on beside the shock tower. That was a struggle to try and get the turbo and the weld on elbow or neck or whatever to join up. They're 2 different kinds of aluminium, so it was really hard, but we got there eventually. I'll show you guys what it looks like. Managed to lay down like some kind of a tack weld thing. So this is what we got. Kind of ugly, kind of not really, I don't know, it's fine. Had to use tape to hold it together. I don't know if that's the smartest thing to do, but it worked, it did. So now that it's tacked here, I'm gonna go ahead and probably tack the other side and then start trying to weld all around it. Some parts were harder than others, but this is what I got. It's not too bad. The back where I started is the most ugly. This is the ugly part where I started, and then the front is kind of where I kind of started getting the hang of it, and then it like wouldn't join here. And then it like started joining good again, and then back to the start. Let's see what the angle looks like on the car. One here. Oh, perfect. The next part of this is to get one of these plasma clamps. You see this lovely aluminium V-band weld-on thing. We now need to attach this with the rubber silicone side obviously out, not attaching outside, to here. Ah! So then we can attach, these gloves are too big. So then we can attach the V-band to another pipe with another weld-on. I've got it all taped up. It's probably really not really good to tape it, but just gonna tack it probably here. It might be hard again because they're 2 different alloys, but we'll see how it goes. I chucked it on and chucked the other side of the V-band clamp on now. so we can line up where the next piece will go, so we can mark where the next piece will go. It's already looking so good. Just taped up the intercooler piping again and spot welded another one on. So I'll show you guys the idea of where it's gonna go. So the turbo's there. Basically, I showed you guys the V-band before, and then this goes, please everything don't fall. That'll go like that, and there'll be another little like pie cut angle there. Sorry, I've only got one hand. So basically that'll go like that. Then this other little piece here, which I'm going to try and put up under here like that, and sorry, yeah, you get the idea. It's gonna meet up, and then we'll have to do something down here to get it to meet up there. But I don't think I'm gonna keep that straight there. I might get it to come down, and I don't know. I'll see once this is on. Welded this other piece on now and put the rubbers on the V-band clamps. Just gonna slide it down through here and put the plasma clamp all together. It's a bit harder now because there is the rubber inserts, and it's all done, all on, and that's basically the first part of the intercooler piping done. Just not sure what we're gonna do about down here. Maybe we'll cut it off and like do like a bend out here and bend here, make it line up somehow. I don't know, but that's where we're gonna stop with today. The mozzies are coming out, but looks so good already. It's a new day now. Moving on to the rest of the intercooler piping. We're going to take off the intercooler and weld on the V-band clamps to each end of the intercooler so we can work out where to route this one. From yesterday's video, that is where it's currently facing. It has to be cut, but to work out the lengths and stuff, I took the intercooler off. So basically we're just going to clean the paint off the ends here and weld on clamps onto each end. We've got to use the black helmet. I don't know why, but the red one's like not auto darkening today, so this one's like really ugly, and it's not the best. The red one's newer. I don't know why it's not auto darkening, but this one is working, but it's ugly. Anyway, so I've done a tack there and like more than a tack up there. I'm gonna go ahead and finish all around the edge on both sides, and then reattach the intercooler to the front of the 180 and work out where to put that little bend. A bit ugly in places, but it'll do. Just tack this as well because it's getting dark again already. So the idea is to kind of put this here like that. You see where I'm trying to get those two to meet up. So we might need to do a few cuts and a few little bends. We'll see how we go. This is that bottom bit that I tacked. I just trimmed it down and fully welded it. So the idea is this one is coming off the turbo facing downwards, and then this long piece is still long. We haven't trimmed it yet, but it's going to go like that, basically, to go up to there. But we're going to weld these two together and then work out how much of this length I need to trim off, because it's a bit long, so I might need to trim a bit to make it meet up with that. And this is really gross, but tape's all I've got to hold the two together. So I marked a line about what angle they've got to sit. I was just taping this up more to hold it, and I just realized, where am I going to tack it? I taped the whole thing up. That's good. There we go. So, oh, yeah. Look from up here. If you see, it's pretty close. If I just make a little adjustment, I can mark where it needs to go. It's really hot, so I didn't want to put the jumper on because I'm just tacking. So we'll just forego it for a second. Here. It's tacked now. I'm going to put my safety gear on and finish the weld. A few hours later, and this side is all done. Yay! finally all on, all together. We ended up having to cut a bigger piece here and weld a bigger piece because they kept blowing holes in the other piece, but it is all on. I also put this little intake pipe on. Now we're going to move on to the other side. This side should be much easier because I have some knowledge now from doing that side. So the idea for this is we're going to cut up a donut to make this really tight bend here, and then cut the donut again to face it down to go down through the hole, which should be easier this time because I have some experience. I've got the donut here. So yeah, gonna start chopping this bad boy up. Panic packing up because we just got note that there's a hailstorm coming. Had to push the 180 undercover. Yeah, came like out of nowhere. It's sunny over there, but yeah, I'll let you know how it goes. Poor little Binky. I had to put a yoga mat on him and cover him under the top. It's a new day. We went and got the 180-degree bend that we needed and turned it into this pipe now, and I've measured it all out so I did for you guys and tacked it all together. I'm just doing the last test fit now to make sure my lines there that I drew lined up. We're also doing the wiring at the moment because every Sunday we do the wiring, so that'll be in a separate video, but just ignore that in the background. That, and then sit this one. Yeah, see, it should be about roughly there. That's hard to hold. So anyways, that looks like it will work. Gonna tack it together and then come back to you guys with it all tacked together. Should be like that, and then we'll get into the final welding, and then intercooler piping will be done. Ta-da! Perfect. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish it off now, and then thankfully this job will be done. I did not enjoy this job at all. Ta-da! That's the first bend all welded. Kind of, yeah, it's alright, you know. Gonna move on to these next ones, and then it's all done. All welded together. Now I'm gonna test fit it to the car, and it should fit nicely. My wiring guy's having a hard time, I think.
Damn.
What did you
Extra
do?
hard time. I just came out the heat shrink. That's fine.
He broke it.
I didn't break it.
The intercooler piping is all done now. So the welds are alright, all in all. Some are pretty consistent, some are not. So we ended up, yeah, with a bend here, bend here. I don't think we ended up using much of those donuts that we had anyways. Then down here, more of the 80 and 90 degree bend cut off, and then this one to the plasma clamp. Came out pretty good. And then over on this other side as well, it's covered by wiring. This was the first side we did, so there's a lot more ugly welds and bends, weird bends on this side. And then if you come up here, it comes up nicely through the pre-existing hole down there, straight to the turbo there. So all in all, it came out pretty good for the first time. Obviously never done this before, so the first time it came out pretty good. I wouldn't want to do that again anytime soon because it was really annoying, and we don't have like quite the proper tools to cut these with, so they did come out uneven a lot of the time. We had to sand them down, but all in all, that's all done. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Look forward to the next video, which is the wiring on the car. We're still going away at that. Most of it's all done, looking at next week to start the car, so that video should be pretty cool. But thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.